Whiskey 3, Golf Tango Radio.
Roger, Roger, Golf Tango Radio. And what's the name there?
Roger, Roger, Golf Tango Radio. And what's the name there?
Whiskey 3, Golf Tango Radio. First name is Scott, Sierra, Charlie, Oscar, Tango, Tango.
Roger, Scott, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Scott, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm Mike Delta. I've been on your YouTube channel a few times before. Right now I'm operating a Yaesu FT-981 on 50 watts, sitting in the backyard, and I'm operating 50 watts through a end-fed half-wave antenna, maybe about 35 feet at one end, and on the feed point end, and watts through I'm running a battery-powered operation right now, and 50 watts coming at you from a FT-981 QSL. How does the audio sound?
Roger, Roger, Scott. I'm copying you on my PA SDR, and you're kind of fluctuating there. What is your location, Scott?
You're kind of fluctuating there. What is your location, Scott?
Location is Maryland. Mike Delta, Maryland, QSL.
Roger, Roger. And give me the nomenclature on your radio once more.
Roger, Roger. And give me the nomenclature on your radio once more.
Yeah, no problem. I'm running a Yaesu FT-981, Yaesu FT-981 portable operation, sitting in the backyard. 50 watts, running it off of a 12 amp hour battery. I usually do POTA activations with this radio, and I just set up the second one, and I was just adjusting the audio settings. Right now, I'm running the audio at 200 to 2800, and the mic is 23, and the processor I have on at 20. How's the audio sounding on your end? I'm hoping to hear the recording when you post it on your YouTube channel, Whiskey 3, Golf Tango Radio.
Roger, Roger. Sounding pretty good, Scott. We do suggest that you run that 100 to 2900. If you can do that, because it lets your transmitter run as best it can, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. So that TBW, we recommend 100 to 2900, and that will help your top end out, also your intelligibility, because it, as you start pulling back your transmit bandwidth, you start losing that top end. If you are in 100 to 2900 and you cut it to 2800, then you've lost a little bit of that top end. And we're trying to keep all of the top end we can for intelligibility purposes. So we do suggest that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger? 100
to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger?
Oh, copy that. Well, that is now 100 to 2900. I'm running it now at 100 to 2900. I switched it from 200 to, let's see, I was running it at 200 to 2800. Now it's at 100 to 2900 QSL.
Yes, sir. Sounds really nice. Also, on your compressor processor, we suggest a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, just a third of the capabilities of your compressor processor. So a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 does really well, Roger.
3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 does really well, Roger.
Copy the 40 out of 100. Yeah, I'm running it at 20 out of 100 right now, 20 out of 100 QSL.
Roger, Roger. Well, you could just bump that up to 30 out of 100 and be right on. See, the thing is, a 30 and a 60 are, as far as actually working on the word, they're both the same, but the problem is that the 60 gives you suck up between words, and we found that a 3 or 30 does not, and it's hard to actually say that what you're doing, because it's so approached with finesse. That's the thing about the compressor processor. You want to approach those with some degree of finesse, and I think a 30 is just ideal. It gives you a nice head shot at running a 3 dB dynamic range, which is our total goal as far as the setup, is to get your dynamic range at a 3 dB, which is a normal 80 to 85% of peak modulation. So that's what that's all about. We have one other step, and that's your ALC circuit, which if you approach with your hand on the mic volume control, as you say the word audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word, in a QSO, don't stress it, just say it, and as you say it, adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say the word audio and adjust your mic level for that level on your ALC meter. Roger?
Sure, mic level for that level on your ALC meter. Roger?
Yeah, QSL, copy that. I just bumped up the processor to 30%. I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell the difference on your end or not. The band is shifting around. 1 minute you're 20 over, and the next minute you're 5.5. But if you can hear a difference, just let me know. Whiskey 3 Golf Tango Radio with the processor at 30%.
Roger, sounds just perfect. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, it'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in the series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Yeah, copy that. Well, I appreciate the help, and I'll just say 73 and let you get some more customers. Have a great evening, and I meant to ask you what my signal report on your end was.
Okay, the thing is, Scott, I'm running 7300 with really low front-end RF setting, and so I can't really give you a S-meter reading, and past the fact that we're using the PA-SDR as a receive point, and but it's really nice. You're like 20 over. What I was saying, 20 over in Pennsylvania. Roger?
Like 20 over. What I was saying, 20 over in Pennsylvania. Roger?
Yeah, copy the 20 over in Pennsylvania. You're averaging about a 5.7 here. Sometimes you're 5.9, sometimes you're 5.5. So I would say I give you a 5.7 for my log, QSL.
Roger, and take into consideration, what we were talking about as far as setting a modulation level using your ALC meter. That's one of the best ways to set it. You become a human test tone generator as you say the word audio, and you adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running a 7 or 2/3. Roger?
ALC meter is running a 7 or 2/3. Roger?
QSL in the 7 and 2/3. Thanks so much, and 73, have a good evening. Whiskey 3 Golf Tango Radio to Kilowatt Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. 73, have a good evening.
Roger, Scott, 73, sir. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.